Ryan Powell of I Run Far here with Stephanie Violett before the 2017 Western States 100. How are you, Stephanie?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's the heat?
The heat is hot.
Yeah.
In Oregon, it was 50 when I left. So today I went down to Auburn and it was 104. I kind of like the heat, but it's hot.
It's hot. Last year, you were not able to run Western States.
No.
What was that like?
Honestly, I think people thought I was more sad than I was. It was kind of cool to be here on the other side of it.
Yeah.
I much prefer racing. I think crewing is really hard. But yeah, it was cool to watch the race unfold and kind of be the person chasing the runners around.
Yeah, did that give you any new energy or spirit with regard to the race?
It made me want to be on the start line this year.
Yeah.
It was a goal, and I'm happy to be racing and not crewing.
And it's been a big journey since.
Oh yeah, it's been a huge journey. And I mean, honestly, everyone says, like, you know, after an injury, you're like, oh, I'm so glad for that. But I really am. I really am. I have a different perspective. I'm like a different Stephanie right now. I'm so happy to be running. You know, it's kind of
Nice.
like, I don't want to say I'm not nervous, but I'm not nervous like I used to be.
I mean, did that sort of kick you into a different track? Because before you were a competitive runner, you were a very competitive Nordic skier. Like, so you've gone through like the regiment for.
I think I've like gone through, and it's forced me through it. And I wouldn't say I'm not competitive, but I'm not competitive with other people. I'm just like out there to be like, do my best.
Yeah. And how do you think that is right now? I mean, you won it,
Well,
a couple years ago. You were third 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Are you at that level again?
I'm fit. Yeah, I feel good. This is probably the most fit I felt, and the most relaxed. So that's good. But 100 miles, you never know, right?
Of course,
so,
but
yeah, I'm ready to
you're
start.
bringing a good Stephanie to the start line.
Yeah. Totally.
And you really haven't raced much this year. You ran Bandera, and like you've always been sort of conservative in your racing, which is great.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I had plans to race more, but like the races came up and I was kind of like, I don't know. I just like Chuckanut, I was going to race and I just wasn't feeling it. And then Silver State, I was going to race and I'd been traveling a ton and I was worn out. So I don't know. In my mind, I raced more because I did some ski races. Okay. Cross country skiing.
Yeah. And how was that?
Great. They were great.
Was it different there? Because again, you were even more competitive in the skiing world.
I know. You know, it was fun because I actually did as well as I used to do.
Really?
Yeah. So it was kind of funny. So I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like racing and forcing it, so I didn't do it.
Now, does that success on the Nordic side make you itch a little bit to switch back?
No, I don't miss it. I like to dabble. Yeah. I like to dabble in a little of everything, but I don't ever want to be a ski racer. Running is so simple. You know, I mean, you just put on your shoes and go. Skiing, you have to worry about like your skis and waxing and like testing your skis, and there's like all this other like nightmarish thing. So I prefer running.
Yeah, it's pretty. You can have a quiver of shoes to choose from, but you can probably choose any of them.
You can choose any of them and it will be okay. It won't ruin your day.
What is your shoe choice this week?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still testing some shoes.
Still testing some shoes.
Yeah, because I had a little sore Achilles, so I'm just trying to figure out shoes that feel the best on that.
And how are you managing that? Because obviously you had surgery on it, so like it's a big deal.
It's my other Achilles that's sore. The one I got surgery on is the bomb. Like that surgery was so great. I'm so thankful I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should talk. Yeah,
I need to do some rehab, but
but here's the thing. So think of like a year ago at this time, I was walking. Yeah. But I mean, like honestly, it was incredible how fast. I mean, it felt slow at the time, but how fast I came around in a year. I mean, you know, a Bandera was like a year post surgery. So I don't know. It's worth it for the long term.
Nice. And in the long term, the women's field at Western States, like there have been some really competitive Western States, but having watched this for a long time, to me it feels as more competitive than it's ever been.
I think so. I think there's more depth. I think the top is always usually pretty competitive. Yeah. But yeah, there's more depth, and if you have a bad day, it's not like, you know, you're going to finish in the top 10. I think you have to have a solid day. Yeah,
I mean, like the depth to like the fifth woman, like it could be obviously there's a heat, but like in terms of overall performance versus the past. Like,
yeah, it could be anyone.
Is that exciting? I mean,
it is exciting.
Like, you know, you say you're not competing, but there are other people there, and like you can't probably help, but
yeah. So I mean, and I'm gonna compete, you know. But I'm not so worried about it. I mean, it's a long day. I'm really more excited to run with my friends. So Magda and Casey, I mean, we've got like a little sunrise thing that I'm excited. We have sunrise date. And then, you know, just other people that, like Megan Arbogast. Megan Laws. She changed her name. She's married.
Yep. Congratulations, Megan.
Congrats. So I'm just more excited for that part. And I think there's going to be more women around me. Whereas in the past, you know, there's like big gaps. So I think that's not going to be the case. It's going to be more like a men's style race with not necessarily a pack, but kind of.
I mean, like tends to be, last year accepted, a kind of a group of guys coming into Forest Hill within a couple minutes, and then things change.
So I think that'll be the women's race this year. I think there'll be some
even with
close.
Camille in the race?
Well, by Forest, I don't know. By Robinson Flat, I think there'll be some people together. I think there'll be people way off the front.
Yeah.
I will not be one of them.
No.
I'm just saying.
You're content just
that's not me. So I think there's going to be some fast people off the front who may not be off the front at Green Gate.
Yeah, which there's a lot of time to the finish at that point.
There still is a lot of time.
And, you know, you've run this course a couple times.
Yeah.
Where do you think your strength is at this point?
I'm good at the downhills.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I descend well. There's not like technical downhills, but my quads are strong.
Yeah.
I also do well with adversity, so the heat. I wouldn't say I love the heat, but I think it's an advantage to me. The snow. I love the snow. So I think all of those things.
You've got your really small skis on.
I've got my little skis on, yeah. No, I actually ran in the snow all spring in Oregon, and when I got here the other day, I went for a run in the snow. I like it.
And if you're comfortable with the snow, I've actually run it in some pretty snowy years, and it can be as fast or faster, I think.
Right, yeah.
In the morning, because it's not soft.
Glissade down the...
Yeah.
And I think you can waste a lot of energy running in the snow, so...
If you fight it...
Chill out. So all of those things, I think, taken together are kind of my strength. I just... You know, this is a good course for me because there's a lot of challenges.
Would you think it unusual if you were running into Robinson Flat with Casey and Magda?
I'm not sure. I don't know if I start as fast as them. I think I used to start a little faster than Casey, but I think she's become faster.
Yeah.
Or just changed her race strategy. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not. I think we'll be near each other.
Near each other.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to most? Is it being with your friends out there? Or?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the high country. I just think it's stunning and beautiful. And just like each little checkpoint. So going into Robinson Flat, that's like something to look forward to. You haven't seen your crew. And then Forest Hill, of course, like seeing my crew. And I've asked for some special treats there from my crew, so hopefully they'll
Are those special treats secret, or is it?
No, it's ice cream. Ice cream.
You can have ice cream.
So I want it. I don't know if I will, but I love ice cream, and I can eat, I should knock on wood, but I can eat most anything when I run, and that to me sounds like a really good change from like gels. In a
way, it's also a really good goal, because like if you're totally gassed and your stomach's already turned, you probably aren't going to go for ice cream.
Right.
But
yeah, so if I want to get to Forest Hill happy, because the past 2 times I've run, I was not happy there. And
really?
Yeah, I just it was kind of that time of day where it was getting really hot. I didn't feel great, and Cal Street I kind of suffered. So I want to have a good Cal Street this year.
Are you going to miss getting in the river this year?
Yes. I think I'm going to get in on the other side. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things.
And especially on a real hot year.
I know. It's like, oh, it's right there. But we're in a boat.
Well, it sounds like you're in a great place going into the race.
I think mentally I am. I'm happy. I'm just thrilled to be here. I mean, this race means a lot to me.
Yeah.
It's my first 100, so.
And it still carries that significance.
It does. Yeah, it really does. I think about, rounding the track in Auburn, and to me it just gives me goosebumps. So I look forward to that, whether, first or last place. I'm going to do my best and be happy with that.
Awesome, Stephanie. Good luck and enjoy.
Thank you so much.